Subpart C. Subject is component. Now this subpart is all about component maintenance. Don't get confused between aircraft maintenance and component maintenance. The requirement of aircraft maintenance we have studied in subpart A and subpart B. Now then, what is component maintenance? Various kinds of components are installed on aircraft. When some major maintenance is to be performed on a component, it is been removed from an aircraft and routed to a workshop for thorough maintenance, which is not possible when such component is installed on aircraft. As after aircraft maintenance, a CRS is issued by a certifying staff to prove that aircraft is fit for flight. Same way, after component maintenance, a CA Form 1 is raised before it is been installed on an aircraft. Now this CA Form 1 is raised by a component certifying staff to prove that component is fit to be installed on an aircraft. Let us have one example. There is one aircraft whose engine has been damaged due to bird hit. Now the repair of engine is not possible when it is installed on the aircraft. So engine is been removed and routed to a engine workshop where the thorough maintenance is performed on an aircraft to make it serviceable again. After complete maintenance, a component certifying staff will issue a CA Form 1 and that engine is now serviceable to be installed on an aircraft. So I hope you got a basic idea about what is component maintenance. Remember one important point. If engine was installed on an aircraft and maintenance was performed, it is termed as a aircraft maintenance, not component maintenance. So for that, CRS will be issued, not CA Form 1. CA Form 1 is raised by a component certifying staff only for the component which is removed from an aircraft and maintained in an appropriate workshop. So in this subpart C, DGCA have given a detailed requirement on how to become a component certifying staff. Keep one thing in mind, there is no license category for component certifying staff. In this subpart, DGCA have given a guideline to a maintenance organization what need to be followed for giving an authorization to a component certifying staff. And on the basis of this subpart C, the organization will make a program on how to give an authorization to a component certifying staff. This is important, do remember it. Requirements. When organization is going to issue an authorization to a person to certify for overall and major repair, he need to ensure these points before giving authorization. First point, an important one. His age should be not less than 21 years. That's very important. Second, he should be 10+2 with PCM or equivalent will also do. And third is, he should have a AME license. Or suppose if the applicant is not having AME license, he should have completed basic AME course of 3 years, and if this is also not there, he should either have a degree or diploma in engineering. If you skip the AME license requirement, other than license holder who is going for component certifying staff authorization should have passed the relevant module. Let us understand this point. Suppose a 21-year aged person who is having degree in engineering and is going for a component certifying staff, example jet engine workshop, means he is going to certify for a jet engine maintenance in a workshop. So for him, the modular requirement is that at least he should have module 15. So I hope you got this point. You are fulfilling the basic requirement for becoming a component certifying staff. So next thing is, company will send you for a training. Now this training, DGCA have given 3 options. This training can be given by manufacturer itself or by an organization who is having approval to give such training, or any trained person can also give a training, but the point to remember is such person should have an approval covering those activities in 2-year period. Important one. So for becoming a component certifying staff, what is the experience requirement? Now we know there are 2 kinds of applicant, One can be a license holder and other can be a non-license holder. So for a license holder, the experience requirement of component maintenance means he should have performed maintenance in a workshop. He should have a total experience of 1 year in component maintenance, and 3 months should be the recent one for which authorization is to be issued. And for other than license holder, total 2 years of component maintenance experience is required, and 6 months should be the recent one at the time of granting authorization. Now this point 3 is unique one. Aircraft structure workshop. Applicant must have a 2 years of field experience, and he need to prove that he have performed aircraft structure repair twice. Remember this word, twice, under the supervision of a person in last 6 months before the grant of authorization. Important point. Now medical fitness, as we know in maintenance field, a person should be a medically fit. Competency check means a capability check. Organization will ensure that the applicant is capable to certify component maintenance before authorization is granted. Now in this point H, DGC is saying that maintenance organization need to prepare a program taking into guidance the reference of subpart C, means this subpart, on how they are going to give a authorization for component maintenance. Remember, subpart C is a guidance for a maintenance organization on how to give a authorization to person who is going to become a component certifying staff. Extension to the scope of authorization. Now suppose you are increasing your component maintenance authorization, you need to go through same thing, again training to get an authorization. As a component certifying staff, if you are going for an addition in your component authorization, you need at least 6 months of experience on a particular type of component you are going for. Now when new authorization is to be granted, the certifying staff should have a total of 2 years of experience, out of which 6 months should be the recent one. And as we know, organization will check your capability before new authorization is granted. Privileges. Let us see what are the privileges of a component certifying staff. If an AME license holder become a component certifying staff, he can issue certification of maintenance only at a workshop level, not for a component fitted on an aircraft. This point we have discussed in the beginning of the subpart. Point B. If a AME course, degree or diploma holder becomes a component certifying staff, he will certify for only that component which is added to his authorization. Now these certifications are at a workshop level and do not include any major maintenance of aircraft and engine. This note 2 is important. Component certifying staff which were working in CR 145 or CRM subpart F organization before the introduction of this subpart, if they are not meeting the requirement of the current subpart C, DGC is stating that they can still act as a component certifying staff. But now they are going to add more component to their authorization, then they need to fulfill the requirement of this subpart. Validity of certification authorization. Now once you are issued with the authorization as a component certifying staff, it shall be valid for 1 year. And every year it will be renewed by the quality manager of a maintenance organization on the basis of meeting this below criteria. First is, he have exercised his privileges, means he have certified for the repair for which he is authorized for at least 3 months in the last 12-month period. Second, he has done the refresher training in last 24 months. Now what is this refresher training will deal in CR 145 in detail. Right now, remember, refresher training is done by the organization to keep their staff updated. Third is, he is medically fit during the time of renewal. Fourth, and the important one, he is still employed in that organization or the contract remains valid. So these are the conditions which will be reviewed by the quality manager at the time of renewing the certification authorization. Suspension, cancellation and return of authorization. As the name suggests, this para says the condition under which authorization was granted for 1 year can be suspended or even cancelled. The authorization may be withdrawn when the inquiry conducted by organization or DGCA establishes the holder of the authorization have not performed a work in careful and proper manner, or he have certified any repair for which authorization was not granted to him. Example, if a person was authorized to certify for the engine workshop repair and he used this authorization and signed for the brake repair which was not granted to him. So in this case, his engine workshop repair authorization will be withdrawn. Next point says it can be any other reason where organization feels holder is undesirable to exercise this authorization. Point number 4. Remember one important thing. Authorization is granted by the maintenance organization. There is no role of DGC in that. But if authorization is withdrawn and again need to be restored, it cannot be done without the approval of DGCA. Or you can say without the concurrence of DGCA, authorization cannot be granted again. While the authorization was withdrawn by the organization, what action was taken against the holder should be informed to DGCA immediately, and the copy of the warning given to the holder of the authorization should also be forwarded to DGCA. So this is all about Subpart C.
Okay, let's do a quick revision. So we just studied about Subpart C, which is related to components. This subpart is all about requirement laid down by DGCA, following which a maintenance organization can authorize their personnel to certify for the component repair and overhaul. Now there are two ways by which you can get authorization. One, as a license holder, and second, as a degree or diploma holder or a person who have completed 3 years of AME course. The basic requirement for both is that their age should be at least 21 years. So once you fulfill this criteria, the next thing is experience requirement. As a license holder, you should have a 1 year of experience, but not on an aircraft, but on a component and accessories, which should be a type of overall, major repair or modification. Now remember one important thing, out of this 1 year of experience, 3 months should be the recent experience at the time of getting authorization. And for other than license holder, the experience requirement is of 2 years and the recent should be of a 6 month. One more unique point we saw in the experience about structure repair and modification. The applicant should have a 2 years of relevant field experience. But here they are not talking about only recent experience. Here it's saying that person need to prove that he have performed structure repair twice under the supervision of an approved person in last 6 months. You have fulfilled the basic requirement, you have an appropriate experience, then organization will train you before giving the authorization. Now this training can be given by manufacturer itself, or by any training organization, or by any person specifically approved covering the activity for 2 years. So after your training, organization will make sure that you are medically fit and check your competence. If the organization believes you are capable enough to perform the duties, you will be awarded with a certification authorization to certify for the component repair and overall. For the extension of your scope, means you want to add more component in your authorization. So for the extension, you need 6 months of additional experience. Then again, organization will give you training, check your competence, and extension will be added in your authorization. Remember one important point over here, for the extension of additional stream, you should have a 24 months of experience and the 6 months should be the recent one. Now your authorization is valid for 1 year and it will be renewed every year by the quality manager under 4 conditions. The first is that you have used your authorization for at least 3 months in last 12-month period. Second, you are medically fit. Third, you have done your refresher course in last 2 years. And fourth point, you are still employed in the organization or your contract is valid. Now this authorization which is granted for 1 year can be cancelled or suspended under 3 conditions. The first is that you have not performed your duties in careful or proper manner. Second, you have certified for a maintenance which is not authorized to you. And the third point, for any other reason, if the organization believes that you are not desirable for this authorization. Now this authorization which is withdrawn, a copy of warning letter which was given to the applicant will be sent to DGCA. And this authorization cannot be granted again without approval of DGCA. Remember, this is an important point. Authorization is given by organization. But if your authorization was suspended because of some reason and it need to be given again, now here you require a DGCA approval. So this is all about Subpart C.